Hello, welcome back. My name is Joe. So we are back to our regularly scheduled programming. I have moved to where I will be for the next 10 months, so that is very exciting. I have purchased some peace, hopefully, for the next 10 months. And this week I went to, well, it's already Wednesday, because I moved on Monday and then I unpacked yesterday, and today we are finally ready to move on with our lives. So the rest of this week I want to finish some things that I have pending that I was hoping to finish in August but just did not get done. So those are both German things. I have Spanish things I'm also working on. We'll talk about all of that. But so I was doing the VHS app for German for the A1 course, and I was like right on track to finish that in August, and then everything just with getting the apartment contract, and that just completely did not happen the last week of August. So I have 5 little sections left basically, and then I'm trying to also finish this book of short stories in German that I have 2 stories left in. Then I do still want to do my accent work today. I need to write in Spanish today. I've missed a bunch of days of that as well, so I have probably 3 days to make up in that, as well as continuing to write every day. So, I should put that on my list here too, of making up days. For right now, I just did a little housewarming shopping. I got this little mat rug thing to put by my bed. I am trying to be really wise about money, obviously. There were all these things that I didn't get last year that, like, the longer you wait, the less worthwhile it is, and then to some extent sometimes it's like I should have just done it and then I could have gotten the whole time use out of it. So anyway, some of these that's true of. So this was, I don't know why I'm telling you the prices of things, but in case you're curious, $3.50. I got a yoga mat. I had one at my last place, but it was like 10 pounds, so it did not make the move. This one is, it was marked as 15 euros, but on the receipt here it says 20 euros. So yeah, I was kind of like, I don't know whether to get like exercise stuff because I don't know whether I'll be able to move it the next time. But then I was like, 20 euros or 15 was what I thought, but 20 euros, whatever I end up spending, because I want to get this and a jump rope, but they didn't have a jump rope. It is less than 1 month of a gym membership. So, dish brush. I got cat stuff. Boring thing first, litter mat. So this is a scratching triangle, but it has this toy built in. I had one of these in the States, except it was plastic and round, but she did play with it sometimes, so hopefully she will play with this. I got her this toy where you put treats inside of it, and then they can try to get the treats out. Mostly, I'm just so excited to be back in the luxury of like a full apartment with a full kitchen, and there's a kettle, like a hot water kettle here, so I can make my matcha lattes and my coffee the proper way. I'm so excited. So anyway, we're gonna get started. Hello, checking in. So it is much later. It's like 10:40. Did yoga. A whole bunch of other things happened. I did do German study, and I read part of 2 of the story, like part of both stories that I have left of the German stories. I was having such problems focusing on both the studying and the stories. I'm definitely extremely out of practice on like focused study or reading time for German specifically. I mean, I can read in other languages, but anyway. So the first story that I started, I really didn't get it, I wasn't getting engaged, so I read like 30% of that, and then I switched to the other story, and that one is much more interesting. Really sad because it's about the Holocaust, but so I read like 40% of that, I think, and then so tomorrow I'll finish that one, and then hopefully I'll be able to finish the other one. I'm not sure if it's just me, but I was not feeling it. I did do my Spanish writing, not my like strongest day on that. I was not feeling inspired whatsoever, but yeah, we're just keeping it up. The only thing that I still want to do a little bit of today is accent stuff, so I think I'm just gonna do a little bit of shadowing, or maybe not even shadowing, but like watching something and repeating phrases. I don't know. We will check back in tomorrow.
A la vez. Estoy leyendo Criaturas Luminosas. Llevo 30% de ese libro, o sea, como 100 páginas, 115 páginas. 4.5, creo que no fue un 5 estrellas, porque me encantó esta historia. Sin embargo, no creo que sea un libro que me leía, y creo que al principio como me perdí un poco, me quité ese sentimiento.
Hello. So I was doing my German lesson and then I fell asleep, so we're gonna have to finish that. Then I want to finish the story that I was pretty much mostly enjoying last night. I did randomly get the urge to try out Fable for my book club, so I've been setting that up. I don't know why I just decided to do that just now. We're trying that out, so I forget what I was gonna say. Yeah. Hello, good morning. It is Friday. The laundry is going right on the other side of this wall, if you can hear that. So today I need to send a package, go grocery shopping, do some other things, but first I'm waiting for the laundry to be done. So today I'm going to try to finish the storybook in German and finish my Spanish backfilling writing. Both of those I only have one thing left, so that shouldn't be difficult. And then if I still do one German lesson today, then tomorrow I'll be able to just do 2 German lessons and be done with that. So hopefully we are right on track. So I'm going to start with the German lesson to get that out of the way. So each of these modules, like lessons, has 3 tests in it. Like it has 3 sections that each have their own test, so that's how I've been splitting it up. And I do one full section of material, take the test, and then, you know, move on to the next one the next session, and then move on to probably the short story. I'm hoping that the short story goes better for me this time than the last time I tried to read this one, but on the plus side, I've already read like 30%, so there is that. It's really unfortunate that I absolutely hate this last story. Well, I don't hate it, that's too strong of a statement. I just can't get into it, like, at all. It's like about a puppet house. And then the Huguenots brought the house to Germany. I don't know. I don't care. I don't want to read this. Why did they talk about the house in detail for 50% of the story? Like, it's got 5 rooms, but then none of them are rooms. Like, at first they tried to, like, make it sound like it was a real house, and then it's like, oh no, but it's so tiny that nobody could fit into it, only a doll or blah 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 blah. And then just on and on and on, and it's so stupid and I hate it. Hello. So I was editing and I realized that I never like said what I thought about these resources that I finished, which was kind of the intention. So the VHS app I think is really good. It's not like a complete resource, obviously. I mean, nothing is a complete resource, but there's no real like grammar explanations or anything like that. It's just exercises, but I think it's really, really well done. Like, I don't know, after using like gamified apps, not that I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with gamification, but after using apps that I don't think necessarily were always created by like education specialists, I don't know, but a lot of them will like teach you something new and then just like that just vanishes. Like you review it like a million times, but then as soon as you're done with that review, like it just vanishes. And this I felt like was the perfect combination where you were getting a lot of like built-in review, but it was incorporated in like such a natural way. So yeah, I really liked it. I do think I'm going to change it up for my next step, but I think I'll still keep using these apps, just maybe not as like my primary resource. We'll see how it goes. Then the short story collection, which I first heard about from Tanya Benavente, I mean literally just called like short stories in simple language, and so it's supposed to be for people who are not like super literate or language learners, etc. So the stories are written by like actual authors, like actual German authors, and so there were a lot of stories that I really liked. There, as you saw, were some that where I was not a big fan of, but overall I really enjoyed reading the collection because there were some that I really got captured by in a way that's very rare for learner content, so that was really great. That was probably only like 40% maximum, 30% maybe of the stories, but it was still well worth it. I definitely recommend checking it out. I'm very glad to finally be done with it because I dragged that out way longer than I needed to just out of pure laziness. But yeah, so that is my brief thoughts on those resources. Hello. So, finished the German course this morning. I was super unmotivated. I really did not want to do it, but we finally got it done. Then I went for a walk, walked to where there's like a beach promenade thing. It's not a super nice day. It's super cloudy and kind of started to rain a little bit. It was a nice little wander. And so now I'm just going to chill out. I think I'm going to try to implement a thing where I don't really study on Saturday and Sunday. And like I have a really good routine throughout the week, and then Saturday and Sunday are for like reading, playing video games, like stuff like that. I think we're gonna try it. We'll see how it goes. The book that I'm reading right now in English is Catabasis or Catabasis, whatever, by R.F. Kuang. So I'm about 30% into that. So definitely want to keep reading that. I have picked Zelda back up, Breath of the Wild. I wasn't playing it this summer because I had this kind of packed up. I could have gotten it out, but I kind of wanted to save it. This summer was really not a great time for me, and I didn't want to like tarnish the experience because I'm loving it so much. So I was like, we're just gonna wait until we get into like a good place physically and mentally, and so I'm loving diving back into that. So that's what we're gonna do for the rest of this evening, and I will see you later.